Okay, a question. Let's see what I got for you. So with Pedro Acosta lining up Moto 3 and Moto 2, and supposedly was crowned as the next guy in line behind, the Rossi and the Marquez, and
Mhm.
why is he struggling so much? Is it him mentally, or is it the bike that he's not doing that good on? Like, what's wrong with
He, he he
Acosta?
he came to the GP class and met a few aliens. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I had a UFO encounter. I was like,
it's like,
golly. That might have been part of it because he is still top five, top six right now.
yeah,
I truly think that's the case. So when you come to MotoGP, guess what? The top six people were probably front runners in Moto 2 some years ago. Zarco, he's a champion. So
yeah,
you have guys like this that are in there running top seven, top eight, that can't make it to first or second. So this is the best of the best of the best. And so there's no BSing in this, right? And to take it back to teams versus individual sport, at the end of the day, when you're out there, there's no team to save you, bro. The team can't fight for you and the team can't race for you. They're
right.
sitting back there praying and hoping with their fingers crossed, like Mark's dad, right? Yeah.
Your
That's what I
take,
think.
Rex, on Acosta.
I sorry, I missed that question. Can you say it again?
So Acosta was the man in Moto 3, the man in Moto 2 by a long shot. He was supposed to be the next, alien to come in and kind of just challenge Marquez, or be at least be close to where Marquez is and beat everybody else. Why is he not doing that? Is it the team? Is it the bike? Is it him? Is he just not there mentally? Like, what's wrong with Acosta?
It's the bike.
The bike.
Okay.
The same reason why Mark is on a Ducati and didn't stay with Honda. I think, and we can't sit here and say that Vinales is a slouch or Bastianini or Bender,
Okay.
who's been there forever. So it's the bike. I will say it's good to see the KTM's up as far as they've been this past round and stuff like that. So there's hope for that. Will they get over the hump to challenge Ducati? I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? Right now, Aprilia is looking really good, but they're still in the mix. So yeah, I think it's the bike, and that's why the rumor mill is out there saying he wants to go to VR46 Academy. But Digia and Frankie are like, no, we happy right here. We good.
We
It's
ain't
all
going nowhere,
Italian right
buddy.
now.
Right.
What are your thoughts, Shakes, on that?
Two thoughts. I agree with Cheetah. He's just around other aliens. Everybody has an idea till they get punched in the mouth.
Mhm.
And I think the issue is it is the bike. There's a small little component in the motor that's failing, like really tiny small, like you can't really find it. So until they find that little part, then the bike will be fixed. Come on, 45. Stop with the excuses, the bike. Come on. You're a professional. You're supposed to ride that thing. I don't want to hear it's the bike. But I get it.
I think
you make a lot of excuses. You have to be a little bit more, lenient with your talk.
You think that's what it is?
I don't think that's what it is.
It could be. I don't know.
Because the bike's been great. The bike's been there.
KTM?
Yeah, KTM.
No. KTM has not.
Been there.
KTM has not. They haven't been on the podium. I mean, besides Maverick, I should say, he's in, and they got taken away from him. They haven't been on the podium, so it's definitely when you got four riders. Well, I'll give Bastianini a pass.
Right.
You got three riders that are really competitive. That are kind of you all see them kind of fall back towards the end of the races and stuff like that. So they're having issues with that bike, and KTM knows that. And what's his name? Brett Pitt Breyer. The CEO. Well, he stepped down. He just runs the race program now. The guy in the wheelchair.
The Prieto or something like that.
Yeah. He even said it in an interview that because he was asked that over the weekend, about the rumors about with with Acosta, and he kind of says, when you're young, you know, you don't you don't realize that you should marry you're married with your wife and you have to stay with them. When you're young, you want to still look at girls and stuff like that. And that was his analogy about Acosta being being young, that he wants to flirt and look at other options. But you know, when you get older, you realize where you need to be. So, but he also said that, you know, the bike is not where it is yet, and so that's kind of what they're trying to you know, sort out. And you know, they're a young program still. You have to remember, they're still a young program compared to Honda and Yamaha, right? They're still a pretty young program, and Aprilia, right? They're still a pretty young program. So yeah, man, it's definitely the bike.
I would have to disagree with you. I know they haven't got podium all season, but we can't be a prisoner of the moment, right? Aprilia's coming, Honda's stolen some, but the bike that has challenged Ducati year to year has been this season has been KTM. For some reason they fall apart, but if you were to look at the standings without Aprilia showing and Honda stealing some, you would say the second best bike on the grid, you'd have to give it to KTM. And for some reason, they can't finish the race and they can't get on the podium. But to me, in my opinion, I want to be consistent all season. KTM, to me, looks to be the second best bike on the grid. Well, not the second best bike, the seventh best bike.
Yeah.
On the grid.
Now, yeah.
You wanna answer him, Cheetah, or say something?
No, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting the way the season finishes, just because all these brands are coming up. But to Smitty's point, I mean, yeah, I think I answered that question. But like, if we're talking about brands, KTM, I don't think is there yet, and they keep trying different things. They consistently are trying different aero packages for all three riders, consistently testing out different rear ends to try out the chatter issue, to tame that down. So obviously they're in a battle and a struggle to figure that bike, that perfect setting. And once they get that, they try to keep that and maneuver around that setting for a little, the gray area around it. They don't try to deviate too much from what I've heard. But right, it sounds like they really haven't found that thing yet. Because once they do, and one rider likes it, like when Maverick was doing well on it, granted the tire pressure issue, I think, is caused him to get DQ'd back or something like that. They used the setup, I believe, the next time they like talked about it. So they were looking at his data. How's it clicking? How's it work? How's he up there right now? So clearly that stuff helps when a rider does get that click and it works and he steps ahead in that race. They will use that and they will find that nugget. Maybe that's the right-hand corners track. And they were like, okay, we know how to set this bike up for that way. Right. But that's how they build and grow, in my opinion. They're not there yet, though.
No, I don't think so. And Shakes, Ducati's battling Ducati for the title this year. They did it last year. They did it the year before, and before that, Quattuara got one. So you know, there hasn't been any bike close to Ducati in a little bit. And that second place is still a little ways away. Now, you know, like I said, Aprilia and KTM are very close in the sense of, like, you know, they're starting to get on the podium and stuff like that. And who knows what the second half of the season is going to look like. And, you know, hopefully when Jorge Martin comes back, we may see some leaps and bounds with Aprilia.
I think the leaps and bounds are happening now without Jorge Martin.
Yeah.
I think I've been saying this all season. I think KTM has been the seventh best bike on the grid. We could talk about that on another show. Aprilia's making a move, and I think Bez is like, man, this is my time to shine.
Yeah,
you know, you know, it's like you're breaking into houses, and then you find one with the door open, and you just go in, and it's like, oh my God, they left the door open, and they left cookies on the table, and there's milk, and there's a pair of slippers and a robe for me to take a bath. It's what Martin has done to Bez is crazy. It's like, here you go, brother.
Yeah, it's not the exact same thing with what happened to Lorenzo, but at the end of Ducati and Lorenzo's stint, even though Lorenzo was winning, the relationship was already severed. So even if Martin comes and have a beautiful second half and next year wins the title, I don't think Aprilia will keep him after that.
No,
you
agreed.
So
There you
that's the tough part. But